So these are the National Tester Obverse app question answer discussion test number 50. So we'll see the first question. Question 1 that says select the correct statement. Select the correct statement. Select the correct statement. The pineal gland secrete melatonin. Vasopressin is secreted by kidney. Endocrine system of invertebrate is very complex, and T3 is secreted from follicular cells of parathyroid gland. Now you can see that at the here the pineal gland, actually pineal gland secrete melatonin. It's a correct option because pineal melatonin have many functions in roles. Melatonin actually it's a control sleep cycle. Melatonin controls sleep cycle, circadian rhythm, and inhibit the ovarian function. Melatonin inhibit ovarian function. So if increases in the exposure of light, increases melatonin synthesis, right? So vasopressin, actually these are ADH, antidiuretic hormones. It is secreted from hypothalamus and released by the posterior pituitary gland, right? So it's not correct. And the endocrine system of invertebrates is very complex. No, endocrine system actually, in case of if we see the in case of invertebrates, like in case of insect have two types of endocrine glands are there, that like prothoracic gland, and release ecdysons, and another is the juvenile hormones are released, right? So this also, it's a very simple type, not very complex, like in case of higher vertebrates have. Another is that T3 is secreted from follicular cells of parathyroid gland. No, T3 actually is secreted from thyroid gland. It's not from parathyroid glands. Parathyroid glands secrete parathormone, right? Not T3. T3 and T4 is actually secreted from, it's a thyroxine secreted from thyroid gland. So answer will be option 1 is the correct answer, right? So correct answer is 1. So next question. In case of, now you see that in bacteria divides 35 minutes if a culture containing 10 to the power 5 cells in ml and is growing for 175 minutes, and what will be the cell concentration per ml after 175 minutes. Now here the growth cycle, bacteria actually divide in every 35 minutes, like bacterial division every 35 minutes it will divide, right? Suppose in bacteria, the initial bacteria is the 1 into 10 to the power, it's contain 1 into 10 to the power 5 cells are there. So after 35 minutes, it will double, may become 2 into 10 to the power 5, and then next 35 minutes it will become 4 into 10 to the power 5. Now here the general formula is there, that is n equal to n0 into 2 to the power n, right? So n, suppose here n is the initial n is the final number, the final, what will be the final cell concentration, right? Final cell number. So n is the final cell number, n0 is the initial number, and n is the number of division cycle, So in 175 minutes, it will get only 5 division cycle. If you divide 175 by 35, you will get 5 division cycles. So here n equal to n0 into 2 to the power n. So you will get, put that value, n0 is the initial concentration, it's the first, this culture cell contain 10 to the power 5 cells. So 10 to the power 5 into 2 to the power 5. So total number will be n equal to 32 into 10 to the power 5. So answer is 32 into 10 to the power 5, right? So these are actually formula. If you remember the formula, then it will be easy. N equal to n0 into 2 to the power n is the formula, right? So we'll see in the next question. See. Next question is in the given equation and below the identify the compounds which is being oxidized and calculate the RQ for the same. RQ actual respiratory quotient, you know, O2 molecule consumed. These are called respiratory quotient or RQ, number of CO2 produced by number of O2 molecule consumed. Now here see the number of CO2 molecule produced. These are this molecule 102 is the number of CO2 molecule produced. So 102 CO2 by, if you divided that O2 consume 145 O2, so it will almost come 0.7%, right? So 0.7, you all know that 0. RQ value, respiratory quotient value for carbohydrate value is 1. For RQ value for protein in case of 0.5 to 0.9, and in case of fat it is 0.7. And organic acid, if it is organic acid, this always greater than 1, say greater than 1. Organic acid greater than 1. So here is the tripermitine, that is RQ will be 7 is the correct answer. So option B is the correct answer. So we'll see the next question. Now in a random mating population, this is a question that's given from Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium. Hardy-Weinberg equilibrium, actually in a Hardy-Weinberg law we know that in an infinitely large randomly mating population which is free from mutation, migration and natural selection, allele frequency remains same from one generation to the next generation. That is the actually the different evolutionary forces are there. These evolutionary forces actually cause the gene frequency changes, right? So here is a random mating population. Which of the following brings a change in the gene frequency? Now you all know that migration, mutation, genetic drift and selection all actually leads to gene frequency change, but here the question is asking about non-directional manner. Non-directional manner, only one, that is genetic drift. Random genetic drift is called non-directional forces. And natural selection, it's a, because it's a chance phenomena, and it's depends on probability also. It's a chance phenomenon in case of genetic drift, and it's operate only in the small population, and that's why it's a genetic drift is a non-directional force. Another is the natural selection, migration. Natural selection, mutation, these are directional force. Natural selection, mutation, migration are directional forces. So answer is the random genetic drift. It also, genetic drift is also known as Savall-Wright effect. In case of genetic drift, we know that the infinite population allele frequency fluctuate by a chance process called random genetic drift. Genetic drift is a non-directional forces, right? In case of other forces are like natural selection, mutation, migration, all are directional forces, but genetic drift is a non-directional evolutionary forces which leads to gene frequency change, right? So next question we'll see. Now these are uh, pedigree question. Pedigree actually, it's a in case of if this pedigree actually we used for family history, but if there is any genetic disease or disorder there and it is transmitted from one generation to another generation, that can be stressed by the pedigree analysis. Actually geneticists actually use the pedigree for prediction of a gene transfer for the next generation. So here actually two families are given, family A and family B. Now you have to observe, you all know that these are disease conditions, and these are unfilled, it's a normal condition. So now if you consider in case of pedigrees are autosomal dominant type of pedigree, autosomal types, it may be autosomal dominant, autosomal recessive, and X-linked dominant, X-linked recessive, and mitochondrial inheritance. Now here from that, if you consider the family A is a healthy condition, it's a phenotypically normal family A. See, the parents are phenotypically normal, it's have a five children, among them one male is affected and one female is affected, but rest of the two male is unaffected and another male is unaffected. Now this condition is possible if you consider that it's a heterozygous condition, it is the unaffected parents. So if you consider in heterozygous, capital A small a, capital A small a, and it will come, now we'll make a ped small a, now put here capital A small a, so it will come capital A, capital A, capital A small a, capital A small a, and small a small a. Now here is that, so capital A, capital A, capital A small a. Now both are, now here you will see that these are only one is capital A small a condition. If family A, in family both the parents are heterozygous for an autosomal recessive condition, right? So actually here see that only one affected, and this is are possible. And in case of here, see that family A and the family A, both the parents are carrier for the sex-linked recessive condition. So sex-linked recessive condition, in family A, both the parents are carrier for the X-linked recessive disorder. In family B, both the parents are homozygous for X-linked dominant disorder. In family B, both parents are heterozygous for an autosomal recessive disorder. So, in case of family A, both the parents are heterozygous for autosomal recessive. This will be the correct answer, right? Among the four children, among the four, only one is the autosomal recessive condition, that's one is affected, right? And in case of here, it's a family B, or if the parents are in heterozygous condition, so it will not be in heterozygous condition and autosomal recessive disorder, right? In family B, both the parents are homozygous for X-linked dominant disorder. So answer is option D is the correct answer. So next question. In case of IA or indole acetic acid, these are matching, you have to match the column A with column B. Now these are from plant hormones. IA or indole acetic acid, IAA, actually indole acetic acid, actually we used for weed free lawn, that is it's a weedicide. Actually weedicide like 2,4-D used as a weedicide. So weed free lawn, AVA is known as abscisic acid. Abscisic acid actually it's a it's a stress hormone. Abscisic acid is known as plant stress hormones, and abscisic acid actually used for stomatal closure. Abscisic acid used for stomatal closure. Now, 3, ethylene. Ethylene actually is a fruit ripening hormones. Ethylene is a fruit ripening hormones. And gibberellic acid. Gibberellic acid increase bolting. Bolting is that during sexual maturation of the flower, or during reproduction time, the length of the internode is increased due to the application of gibberellic acid. That's called bolting. So bolting is the increase of internode length, increase of the length of the internode, increase the length of internode during reproduction or flowering time by the application of gibberellic acid. Right? These are called bolting. So we'll see that. So answer is the option A is the correct answer. Cytokinin first discovered from herring sperm DNA. Cytokinin first discovered from herring sperm DNA. So answer is the option A is the correct answer. So next question. In case of Klinefelter syndrome, you all know that it is a genetic disorders that is related to Klinefelter syndrome, Turner syndrome, Down syndrome, right? So Klinefelter syndrome and Turner syndrome and Down syndrome, right? In case of Klinefelter syndrome, this have happened 44. We know that it's a 44 autosome and XXY combination. These are called Klinefelter syndrome. And in case of Turner syndrome, we have 44 autosome plus X0. In case of male, have one extra X chromosome. In case of Klinefelter syndrome, right? So Klinefelter syndrome actually, it can be looked at by how easily you can identify by using the karyotyping. If you karyotyping is the uh, whole, you will get a picture of the whole chromosomes of human chromosomes, and if there is an extra chromosome is there, you will see in the band in the karyotyping karyogram, and you will identify from that. It's a PCR actually used for DNA amplification. By PCR method, you will not be able to identify. ELISA actually antibody, it's a enzyme linked immunosorbent assay that's used for antibody based assay, say not for karyotyping or a genetic one extra chromosome analysis, right? So ELISA actually used for antibody based test. And RFLP also a restriction fragment length polymorphism, that is RFLP, restriction fragment length polymorphism. It's called RFLP. ELISA actually based on antibody test. So karyotyping is the best option for that, right? So answer is B is the answer for this question. So next question we'll see. In case of which of the process is true for RNAi? You know that RNAi is the inhibitory RNA. Actually, RNAi technology used for gene silencing. Uh, I have told you during the biotechnology class that there is a RNAi actually say is a technology for inhibiting RNA, and it's a fast method for cellular defense also, because if it is a RNA single stranded, generally RNA single stranded, ribosome binds here and it will produce the protein or translate and produce new protein. But if it is a become double stranded RNA, so there will be, if double stranded RNA is there, So it will, the ribosome will not be able to bind here, and there will be no protein synthesis. And that's another is that the double-stranded RNA, dsRNA, is the different enzymes are there in our cellular systems, like different dicer proteins are there. Their substrate for dicer is that double-stranded RNA. If there is any double-stranded RNA, they will cleave the RNA and become small fragments called is the small fragment they are produced, then produce miRNA or microRNA. The small RNA are produced from by cleaving the double-stranded RNA. So double-stranded RNA become inactive. So it is a method of cellular defense, the correct option. It involves silencing of a specific mRNA due to the complementary double-stranded RNA molecule. Yes, because in during different experimental condition or different in experiment, we use that our complementary RNA, so that the double-stranded RNA will form and this RNA will be inactive. So the source of complementary RNA in this process may be infection by viruses having RNA genome. Yes, this also correct. So answer is option D is the correct answer. Now next question. Now in case of structure of a synergid cells, cells attract the pollen tube towards itself by secreting chemotropic substance, right? In case of double fertilization, I have told you that there is a three types of 8 cells are nuclei form, and among the 3 cells are synergid cells. Here that during pollination, there is a 1 egg nucleus and 2 synergid cells are there, and 2 polar nucleus here, and 3 antipodal cells are there, right? And during fertilization, this actually after when pollen lands on the stigma, and then there is a compatibility checking occurs, and after compatibility matching, the pollen tube germinates, and pollen tube trans germinate and trans pollen tube carrying sperm, and it will transfer into the egg nucleus, and there is 2 synergid cells are there, and these synergid cells have a chemotrophic factors, this because of that, this which attracts the pollen tube, right? These are called filiform apparatus, which presents in the synergid cells. These are the synergid cells, and these are the polar nuclei. These are antipodal cells. These are synergid cells, right? So answer is the B, is the filiform apparatus. Now this is a in case of this part is the egg cells of testes, which are present inside the seminiferous tubule of testes, synthesize and secrete Y substance. You have to identify the X and Y, what actually X and Y is. And in case of X and Y, here is that we know that part actually hypothalamus and there is a GnRH or gonadotropin releasing hormones, so act on anterior pituitary, acts on anterior pituitary, and anterior pituitary secrete FSH, that is follicle stimulating hormones, and LH, luteinizing hormone, right? So FSH acts on Sertoli cells. FSH acts on Sertoli cells, and Sertoli cells secrete 2 types of hormones. One, Sertoli cells increase the spermatogenesis. Another is that part it secretes inhibin. Inhibin actually gives a negative feedback to the anterior pituitary. Inhibin give negative feedback towards the anterior pituitary, right? So the X cells of the testes, which are present inside the seminiferous tubule. Now it's present inside the seminiferous tubule. So inside the seminiferous tubule, now Leydig cells is present in the between of the in the Leydig cells, or also called interstitial cells. So in Leydig cells will not be the answer, because Leydig cells is located in between the seminiferous tubule and in the Sertoli cells actually located in the seminiferous tubule, and Sertoli cells secrete inhibin, right? So an inhibin give the negative feedback towards the anterior pituitary, right? So answer is option C is the correct answer. So next question. During biological nitrogen fixation, inactivation of nitrogenase by enzyme poisoning is prevented by, actually the nitrogenase enzyme, actually there is some mechanism, because nitrogenase enzyme actually sensitive to oxygen. So that's why the plants inactivation of nitrogenase by oxygen poison prevented by leg hemoglobin. Leg hemoglobin actually maintain the anaerobic condition, so that the nitrogenase enzyme will work properly. And I'd say because nitrogenase is sensitive to oxygen. So answer is D is the correct answer. Now next question. So in a dorsiventral leaf, the location of palisade phloem and is palisade tissue and phloem is respectively. In case of dorsiventral leaf, the palisade parenchyma and sponges. In case of dorsiventral leaf, we found in dicot leaves. Dicot leaves have dorsiventral type of leaves, and in case of monocot leaves are isobilateral leaf. Monocot leaves is called isobilateral leaf, and dicot leaves is called dorsiventral leaf. Why it is called dorsiventral leaf? The dorsiventral leaf is distinct upper and lower surface are present, right? Upper surface of the dorsiventral leaf is known as adaxial surface, and the lower surface is known as abaxial surface. So answer is the B is the correct answer. In case of statement A and statement E, human skull is monocondylic. Now, on the basis of occipital condyle, we can identify the animal's kingdom. Animal skull can be identified, right? In case of amphibians, have a occipital condyle. In case of amphibians have two occipital condyle. Reptiles have one occipital condyle. Avils have one occipital condyle. So, and in case of mammals have two occipital condyles. So 2, 1, 1, 2. Amphibia, reptiles, birds, and mammals. So mammals, so here is the occipital condyle. So in case of here, statement is says that the human skull is monocondylic. So mammals have occipital condyle is 2, and human is belong to mammalian group. So amphibian have two occipital condyle, reptiles have two occipital condyle, birds have one occipital condyle, and mammalians have two occipital condyle. So the of statement A is not correct, right? So now statement B, statement human rib is bicephalic. Yes, human ribs are bicephalic. So option B is the correct answer. And these are a number of occipital condyle. On the basis of occipital condyle, the skull can be identified, right? And in case of amphibia, another is that now here is the amphibia also have two occipital condyle, and mammalians also have two occipital condyle. Now mammals and can be identified from, and in case of amphibia teeth absent, In case of amphibia, teeth absent. Reptiles, teeth present. Teeth present. Birds, beak present. In the skull, beak present. And in case of mammals, also teeth present. Now, from that from teeth, this, if though amphibia also have two occipital condyle and mammals also have two occipital condyle, but in the presence of teeth, you can identify from mammalian skull and amphibian skull, right? Both have two occipital condyle. And in case of reptiles and birds, reptiles have teeth present, but in case of birds, there is a beak present, right? So from that, the skull can be identified from that. So answer is the option B. Now, the following are the struct correct match of the following. So in case of the structure, phylum and function, in case of Seta actually annelida, it's a locomotory organs of annelids, it's not cnidarian. Amoebocytes actually is present in poriferans, like amoebocyte cells are there, so it's a not ctenophora. There is a in case of porifera, and in parapodia actually present in annelida, helps in locomotion and swimming. So C is the correct answer. Sclerite mollusca, not sclerite not present in mollusca, and it's not involved. So option C is the correct answer. In case of sickle cell anemia, is the defect is caused by the substitution. Sickle cell anemia actually occurs due to glutamic acid is replaced by valine in the 6th position. So sickle cell anemia, the beta hemoglobin chain of the hemoglobin molecule. So answer is the option B is the correct answer. NADH dehydrogenase complex, cytochrome BC1 complex, cytochrome AA3 complex, and ATP synthase. Right. In case of NADH dehydrogenase complex, we know that in case of electron transport chain, the NADH dehydrogenase complex is complex 1 is the NADH dehydrogenase complex. Complex 1, then complex 2, complex 3, and complex 4. Another is the complex 5 is the ATP synthase. So complex 1 is the NADH dehydrogenase complex is the complex 1. NADH dehydrogenase complex. Complex 2 is the complex 2 is known as succinate dehydrogenase complex. Complex 2 is known as succinate dehydrogenase complex. So here is that complex BC1, cytochrome BC1 is the complex 3. Cytochrome BC1 complex is the complex 3. Cytochrome AA3 complex is the complex 4, and ATP synthase is the complex 5. ATP synthase. Right? So complex 1, NADH dehydrogenase complex. So answer is the option B is the correct answer. Now, in case of read the following statement, and in case of here, the question is all mammals exclusively respire by using lungs except Balanoptera. Actually, all mammals have, you have to identify the which on the of the correct option, right? How many corrects are there? All mammals except, there is no exception. All mammals have respire by the lungs. Lungs is the major respiratory organs of all mammals. There is no exception. So this option is not correct. In aves, the skull is dry without any glands except the sudoriferous glands. Sudoriferous glands at the base of the tail. Actually, in case of birds, that they have a oil gland, and so this also not correct. So in case of chameleon, is a camouflage tree lizard with a prehensile tail. Yes, this is correct. So amphibia is the only tetrapod vertebrates which have external fertilization with indirect development. Yes. So two are the, here the two statement are correct. So answer will be C is the 2 is the correct option here. So okay.